Hello and welcome to the Antiquarian Outlook for week 15 of 2026, starting April 6th. I'm Spencer W. Stuart, Collections Advisor, author of Contemporary Issues and Rare Books and Manuscript Collecting, and host of the monthly webinar Collecting Insights. For more details on my services, publications, and programs, follow the links below. I'll write on to last week's results. Tuesday, Swann Galleries had graphic design vintage posters. There were 207 lots offered, of which 147 sold, making for a 71% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 91, Cassandra's Café Chat Noir from 1932. Estimates were set at $8,000 to $12,000 US, realizing just above $24,000 US. A buy-in of note, again Cassandra, the poster's Champion du Monde from 1930. Estimates were set at $20,000 to $30,000 US. A lot that exceeded expectation was 108, Herbert Bayer's Holio Research from 1949. Estimates were set at $1,200 to $1,800 US, realizing just above $10,000 US. Next sale, Heritage Auctions had Photographs Signature Auction. There were 329 lots offered. The highest price was realized by lot 73105, Ansel Adams Thunderstorm, Yosemite Mountain Valley, California, 1945, printed in 1979. Estimates were set at $15,000 to $20,000 US, realizing $47,500 US. On to Wednesday, Dominic Winter Book Auctions had printed books, maps, and documents. There were 479 lots offered, of which 426 sold, making for an 89% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 6, Crouch's The English Empire in America, published in 1685. Estimates were set at £2,000 to £3,000, realizing £6,600. A buy-in of note, Lot 84, Edwards' A Natural History of Birds, this lot only consisting of 3 volumes. Estimates were set at £3,000 to £5,000. Next sale, Bonham's had Lily Tomlin and Jane Wagner. There were 33 lots offered, of which 25 sold, making for a 76% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 110, Robert Rauschenberg's Clover from 1980, a solvent transfer. The highest price realized was $76,700 US. A buy-in of note, Lot 109, again Robert Rauschenberg, page 8, paragraph 3 from the series Short Stories, done in 2001. Estimates were set at $150,000 to $200,000 US. Next sale, Alda had Ancient and 19th Century books. There were 393 lots offered, of which 204 sold, making for a 52% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 21, Montaigne's The Essays, published in 1595. Estimates were set at €6,000 to €8,000, realizing €13,750. Next sale, Heritage Auctions had Artists at Work. There were 106 lots offered, of which 101 sold, making for a 95% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 38075, Rudy Burkhart's Alex Katz Selected Studies, 41 works, photographs taken between 1970 through 1980. Estimates were set at $4,000 to $6,000 US, realizing $3,000. Next sale, Purcell Auctions in Ireland had an antiquarian book sale. There were 594 lots offered, of which 473 sold, making for an 80% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 350, Notes on Irish Architecture in 2 volumes, published between 1875 to 1877. The highest bidder was €2,200. Buy-in of note, Lot 317, C.S. Lewis's The Problem of Pain, first UK edition, first printing. Estimates were set at €400 to €500. On to Thursday, Bonham's had Photographs. There were 125 lots offered, of which 92 sold, making for a 74% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 54, Irving Penn's Cusco Children from 1948, printed in 1973. Estimates were set at $60,000 to $80,000 US, realizing $76,700 US. A buy-in of note, Lot 29, Candida Hofer's Reichstag Museum Amsterdam from 2004, a chromogenic print. Estimates were set at $25,000 to $30,000 US. Next sale, Forum Auctions had books and works on paper. There were 343 lots offered, of which 312 sold, making for a 91% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 250, Jack B. Yates's Morrissey and the Russian Sailor illustration. Estimates were set at £1,500 to £2,000, realizing £3,400. A buy-in of note, Lot 74, Aristotle's Philosophorum, published in Basel in 1548. Estimates were set at £2,000 to £3,000. Next sale, Swann Galleries had Autographs. There were 183 lots offered, of which 162 sold, making for an 88.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was Lot 163, A photograph signed and inscribed by Friedrich Nietzsche. Estimates were set at $15,000 to $25,000 US, realizing $40,640. A buy-in of note, lot 161. A print owned by Herman Melville, signed by him on the back. Estimates were set at $10,000 to $20,000 US. A lot that exceeded expectation was 174, an archive of 8 items, all signed by M.C. Escher, including 6 autographed letters and 2 greeting cards, all addressed to his daughter-in-law. Estimates were set at $3,500 to $5,000 US, realizing just below $14,000 US. Next sale, DeBeck & Associates had vintage and modern photographs. There were 339 lots offered, of which 297 sold, making for an 88% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 1, a collection of 55 vintage photographs by André Gamet depicting Lyon, France during World War II. Estimates were set at €300 to €500, realizing $500. As well as lot 191, again Gamet, this time a collection of 15 photographs depicting Morocco from 1946 through to 1950. Again, estimates set at €300 to €500, realizing $500. A buy-in of note, lot 138, Gamet's photograph of the first presentation of the Citroën 2CV from 1948. Estimates were set at €150 to €200. Next sale, Bonhams continued the Lily Tomlin and Jane Wagner sale, this time the online component. There were 51 lots offered, of which 48 sold, making for a 94% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 211, Diane Arbus's Pin-Up Collection at a Barber Shop, 1963. The highest bidder was just above $11,500 US. A buy-in of note, lot 230, Umbo's 10 Photographs, a portfolio from 1927 to 1930. Estimates were set at $7,000 to $10,000 US. Next sale, Freeman's had sports memorabilia. There were 412 lots offered, of which 386 sold, making for a 94% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 360. The November 28, 1983 edition of Sports Illustrated, featuring the first appearance of Michael Jordan. Estimates were set at $10,000 to $20,000 US, realizing $61,500 US. A lot that exceeded expectation was 351, an image by Gene Moss of Michael Jordan for the Nike Air Jordan 3 ad campaign. Estimates were set at $3,000 to $5,000 US, realizing $46,125. Next sale, Potter & Potter Auctions had Scab Bender, rare tattoo flash and underground art from the collection of Jonathan Shaw. There were 297 lots offered, of which 234 sold, making for a 79% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 193, an original abstract painting done by Charles Manson. Estimates were set at $800 to $1,200 US, realizing $6,875. A buy-in of note, lot 231, the historic sign for the Pike, a tattoo parlor in Long Beach, California. Estimates were set at $4,000 to $5,000 US. A lot that exceeded expectation was 117, a single design flash sheet from around 1950 from the tattoo artist Bert Grimm. Estimates were set at $600 to $900 US, realizing $4,750. Next sale, in New Zealand, Dunbar Sloan had rare books. There were 401 lots offered, of which 343 sold, making for an 85.5% sell-through rate. Highest price realized was lot 136. Sidney Parkinson's A Journal of the Voyage to the South Seas, first edition, 1773. Estimates were set at $7,500 to $12,000 New Zealand dollars, realizing $9,000 New Zealand dollars, the equivalent of about $5,268 US. Well, that's been the week from here. What'd you think of last week's results? Anything surprise you? Anything you had your eye on? Let us know in the comments below and we'll keep the conversation going. Again, if you want to stay up to date, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and let others know about this program. In the news, registration is now open for the May sessions of Collecting Insights at the Emerging, Expanding, and Legacy levels. As always, registrants receive a complimentary copy of Contemporary Issues in Rare Books and Manuscript Collecting. If you want to know more about the course content, please be in touch. We look forward to hearing from you. For a hyperlinked list of next week's auctions we have an eye on, please get in touch with us directly. The Antiquarian Outlook is totally independent. Its producers do not hold inventory, nor do they represent any consignments or acquisitions mentioned. Thanks again for tuning in. All for now, and we'll see you next week.